I'm about to show police video footage of the hallway after the shooting. For those who don't know, when I was just 16 years old, I went into my high school with a gun. My intent was not to kill, but to die in front of other people. And I knew that I'd be traumatizing them, which I did. I wanted to share my pain with others, and I regret it more than anything, but I want people to know what happened that day, because when I did come out of the bathroom with a shotgun in my hands, there was actually another student who was just on his way in, and he froze in front of me because no kid expects to see that. And I didn't shoot at him. That wasn't my intent, because he turned around and he ran. And when I came around the corner, you'll see the hallway. You'll see where two kids had just come around the other corner about 40 feet away, and I pointed up and away and shot. And most of the bird shot went into the ceiling, into the upper parts of the wall, and then they turned and they ran right back around the corner. I did fire a second shot, and this one was into the wall. I was letting people know I was there. I was planning on, all right, this is gonna get everybody to call the police and I'll be dead soon. And I walked around for a little while, and I even, stepped into one classroom, and I just wanted to see people and have them see me. And I can't justify what I did, but again, my intent was not to kill. I didn't fire any shots. I turned around and I walked out. And it was while I was walking down the hallway that the vice principal came to see what the noise was. And then seeing me walking away, he came up from behind me, grabbed at the gun, the barrel and the stock, and he started to squeeze me, and I started to try to fight him off. And during the struggle, unfortunately, the gun went off, and a teacher who was coming up behind us was hit in the shin. Thankfully, he was the only person who was physically injured that day. And you'll see the third shot had gone mostly into the floor, ricocheted up and hit other parts of the wall. I can't justify what I did. I would end up answering questions with police later on. I waived my Miranda rights without speaking to an attorney or my family. Unfortunately, the police then wrote down a confession supposedly written by me, and I never read it. Because then a couple of minutes later, another cop comes in and says, hey, an attorney just called, he's now represented, all questions have to stop. And the cop just said, oh, okay, and read to me what he had written down, supposedly. And I just signed it wherever he told me to sign it, initialed it, and then he had to lock me in a cell. I later found out that what he had actually written was not what he read to me. And I would later plead guilty to attempted murder and reckless endangerment. And people say, well, if your intent wasn't to kill, why did you plead guilty to attempted murder? I was facing 75 years and I just didn't have the fight in me. I didn't want to re-traumatize everybody at that time. And I just wanted to say, fuck it, I'm ready to go to prison. I'm done. And I'm not justifying anything I've done. My whole goal on here has always been to try to help give people the mindset of somebody who would do something like this and to prevent any other shootings from happening. So here you go. And to explain what you're about to see, I was using 7.5 grade birdshot that day. Each shell has about 350 small little pellets inside of it. It's used for bird hunting or dove hunting, specifically it's well known for. Again, it's lethal to people only at close range. That's why I didn't pull the trigger when anybody was close by me, and why I aimed away from those even when they were 40 feet, because I know that it spreads. When I came around the corner, I looked down this hallway, seeing two students on the far left coming around the other corner. I fired up into the right, away from them, hitting the upper parts of the wall and the ceiling, as you will see in a second. This is all the damage that the birdshot pellets had done. And then after those two students ran, I fired again to the right, hitting the wall. And the third shot was during the struggle for the gun with the vice principal, where unfortunately a teacher coming up behind us to help disarm me was hit in the shin.